This is Mac OS Ken.
Another Apple price target drops, another sign of normalcy in the supply chain, and the first Apple Store union is officially official. It is Wednesday, the 29th of June, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Trade Coffee. Get $30 off your first order plus free shipping at drinktrade.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Collide, endpoint security powered by people. A lot of times dealing with security issues can feel like being a 6-year-old. Do this because I said so. Collide has a better idea. Tell your team why they need to take the security steps that you need them to take. Not in the manual, not in the meeting, not in a boring email that nobody's going to read. Collide sends employees important, timely, and relevant security recommendations for their Linux, Mac, and Windows services right inside Slack. You know your people are on Slack. I work for myself, and I check Slack all the time. This is going to where your people are and bringing them along to make sure their work and your workplace are more secure. It even works in bring your own device environments. But find out for yourself and activate Collide's 14-day free trial. Visit collide.com/macOSKen to sign up today. That's KOLIDE.com/macOSKen. Enter your email when prompted to receive your free Collide gift bundle after trial activation at collide.com/macOSKen. Hashtag in this economy. Tuesday's note from Evercore may have been unexpected, but it would be hard to call it surprising. It had the firm dropping its price target on Apple shares by $30. Apple 3.0 ran part of a note from the firm filled with the usual, "It's not Apple, it's the planet." Quoting the note, given continued volatility in the equity markets, particularly for tech stocks due to increasing concerns surrounding a macro downturn resulting from inflation, rising rates, and geopolitical risk, we think it is worthwhile to assess the downside potential for our coverage in the event of a recession. Using the financial downturn in 2008 and 2009 as a guide, the firm lists a few reasons for the move, including incremental foreign exchange headwinds, slowing PC markets for both consumers and businesses, and a generally conservative stance in the enterprise space for at least the next 6 months. With that, Evercore writes, we are lowering our price target on Apple from $210 to $180 to reflect increased macro uncertainty. That said, the firm maintains an outperform rating on the Cupertino Company's shares. What has Apple to say for itself? Hashtag in this economy? We'll find out in a month. 9to5Mac says the maker of phones and Ted Lasso has set the date for its third quarter fiscal year 2022 earnings report. That'll end with some sort of noise on Thursday, the 28th of July. With hashtag these times in which we live being what they are, Apple declined to offer financial guidance last quarter, something it's been doing or not doing since the March quarter of 2020. About the only real prediction I could find from the last call had Apple saying that its services segment was expected to grow double digits in the June quarter, so that growth would be slower than the March quarter due to a dumpster fire of obstacles. Those include foreign exchange headwinds, shutting down sales in Russia, and more. If you want to witness the aftermath as it happens, Apple will release Q3 earnings after the close of trading, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific on Thursday, the 28th of July. 30 minutes later, the company will host its call with financial analysts. That'll be streamed live on Apple's investor page. If that time does not work for you, it'll also be available to replay there for a couple of weeks. Apple will make the call available as a podcast soon after, though that will also only be available for a couple of weeks. And of course, I'll do what I can to hit the highs and lows right here after the call. Another sign of normalcy from Apple's supply chain. We heard Tuesday that Apple suppliers are currently shipping components for the next round of iPhones. Now a piece from South China Morning Post says Foxconn has started a new hiring spree for its Zhengzhou plant, also known as iPhone City. According to the piece, new workers are being offered a bonus equal to $1,345 US, while returning employees are being offered a bonus of $1,420. Now, if you're like me, you're thinking, haven't we done this a time or two already? I thought so, and the South China Morning Post does acknowledge one of those times. In early May, Foxconn started an early hiring spree, though COVID-related lockdowns put a stop to that almost immediately. Toward the end of May, reports said that hiring push was back on, though that's where the South China Morning Post differs. Indications in that piece are that Foxconn started the early hiring, stopped it, and that this is the first resumption. Whatever the case, between yesterday's component story and today's news of a hiring push, sounds like things are swinging for the next round of iPhones. Apple's attempt to free itself from Qualcomm on the 5G front may not be going as well as hoped. Mac Rumors highlights a series of Twitter posts from TF International analyst Ming-Chi. According to those, Apple's own iPhone 5G modem chip development may have failed, though he actually meant such development missed an anticipated, though unannounced, timeline. In November of last year, Reuters ran a report that had Qualcomm saying that it would only supply about 20% of iPhone's wireless modems by 2023, and that would move to a single-digit percentage in 2024. While Qualcomm did not indicate whether it thought Apple would do the remainder of wireless modems itself, Apple was known to be working on modems of its own, leading analysts and Apple watchers like Ming-Chi to believe that next year would be the year for Apple's self-made modems. Now, the analyst thinks not. For this series of Twitter posts, Young MC has on his Qualcomm hat, not his Apple beret. Quoting the first, "My latest survey indicates that Apple's own iPhone 5G modem chip development may have failed, so Qualcomm will remain exclusive supplier for 5G chips for the second half of 2023 new iPhones with a 100% supply share versus the company's previous estimate of 20%. Twitter post 2 has the analyst saying Qualcomm's revenue and earnings per share in the second half of 23, first half of 24 will likely beat market consensus, thanks to its sole supplier position for 5G chips of second half 23 new iPhones as Apple fails to replace Qualcomm. Dire as it sounds for that team, the third Twitter post says Quo believes Apple will continue to develop its own 5G chips, but by the time Apple succeeds and can replace Qualcomm, Qualcomm's other new business should have grown enough to significantly offset the negative impacts caused by the order loss of iPhone 5G chips. More news in a moment, but first a word from Trade Coffee. Here's what's great about Trade. They keep sending me great coffee. The Ember by Alma that I'm currently enjoying is great. The Familia Peixoto from a few weeks back was great. Bark at the Moon from Drink Coffee Do Stuff, great. I can go back and order any of those again, which is great, or keep letting them send me new roasts based on my preferences. That's what I've been doing because each bag has been great. Here's how it works. You answer questions about your coffee preferences, light or dark, French press or drip. Do you take cream and sugar? Yeah, Trade takes that info and uses it to find so many great coffees for you. And if they miss on the first one, they will find out what you didn't like about it and get you a better one for free. In a word, it's pretty cool. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/macOSKen. That is more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Get started by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/macOSken and let Trade find you a coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com/macOSken for $30 off. It's felt official for a few days now, but the Apple Towson Town Center Union is now officially official. Apple Insider says the National Labor Relations Board has certified the union election for more than 100 Apple Store employees for the location just outside of Baltimore, Maryland. Having joined the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, or IAM, the Coalition of Organized Retail Employees, or CORE, will henceforth be known as IM Core. An exec from the union is quoted in the piece saying, IM Core members feel that the opportunity to collectively bargain with Apple will enhance their workplace and continue to advance Apple's standing as one of the world's most innovative companies. IM Core continues to organize from coast to coast to bring a greater voice on the job to Apple workers. Apple seems to be barreling toward the next round of minor software updates. Apple Insider ran a piece Tuesday saying that the fourth betas of iOS 15.6, iPadOS 15.6, watchOS 8.7, and tvOS 15.6 were out to developers. When I went looking for news of a macOS update, I instead came across a piece from Mac Rumors that said that the iOS and iPadOS betas were already out to Apple's public testing program. So, look under your seat or something. And finally today, if the streaming service that rocks the cradle will one day rule the world, Apple is making another play at domination. Kind of a dark way of saying, new kids show from Apple TV+. The Cupertino streamer issued a press release Tuesday announcing a trailer and a release date for Duck and Goose. It's about a duck and a goose. Inspired by the New York Times best-selling books by Tad Hills, Apple's press release says Duck and Goose is a preschool series that celebrates the unique camaraderie of Duck and Goose, two best-feathered friends who don't always see beak to beak. That is until they discover that embracing and appreciating each other's differences can help them think up entirely new ideas to help solve everyday challenges, both big and small. The show hits Apple TV Plus on Friday, the 8th of July. Between now and then, you can catch the trailer on YouTube. macOS Ken, brought to you by me, and sponsored by Collide, endpoint security powered by people. Learn more and try it for free at KOLIDE collide.com/macOSken. This show is also sponsored by Trade Coffee. Get $30 off your first order plus free shipping at drinktrade.com/macOSken. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.